What's going on, guys? It's Tom or Talks on Wrestling, and welcome back to another video on the channel today. Today, we are going to be talking about my least favorite TNA wrestler. A TNA wrestler who just never connected with me. I never really enjoyed their matches or anything they were involved with. And a wrestler that TNA really just couldn't seem to get over as a babyface. And the wrestler in question today is Jesse Neal. We're going to look through his TNA career and just talk about why he never really resonated with me. This is no disrespect to Jesse Neal at all, it's mainly just a criticism of TNA if anything. Before we do get into it though, I'd like to thank my Patreon backers, Marky D, Efran Martin, and Alan Barkley. If you guys want to see more content from me and exclusive content, check out my Patreon, linked in the description. It would be really helpful to me during these trying times and would be really appreciated. But let's stop wasting time and let's just get into the video. So who is Jesse Neal? Well, Jesse Neal is a former member of the US Navy turned professional wrestler. He served in the US Navy from 1998 to 2002, and he wouldn't begin training for professional wrestling 5 years later when he began training in May 2007 at Team 3D's Academy of Professional Wrestling and Sports Entertainment. He trained here and wrestled on the independent circuit for 2 years and must have impressed Team 3D, who must have told TNA officials about him, because in 2009, Jesse Neal was signed to a TNA contract. Jesse Neal made his first appearance for the company at that year's Destination X pay-per-view with the gimmick of a Navy SEAL. He came out in full Navy uniform, introducing the match between Magnus and Eric Young, confronting Sheik Abdul-Bashir, and then doing a horrible performance of America the Beautiful. On April 9th, Jesse Neal began an alliance with Rhino, where essentially Rhino became Jesse Neal's trainer, and they were almost openly acknowledging that Jesse Neal was just green in the ring and not that experienced. On the June 4, 2009 episode of Impact, Jesse Neal wrestled his first match against Matt Morgan and, of course, lost. The storyline with Jesse Neal and Rhino was basically that Rhino just kept getting annoyed with Jesse because Jesse kept on making mistakes. And on the August 13th episode of Impact, the mistakes must have become too much for Rhino because he turned on Jesse Neal and gave him a gore. Then 2 weeks later, Rhino defeated Jesse Neal in a match. After the match, Rhino continued beating down Jesse Neal with another gore, but then Devon came out to save Neal, and Team 3D then announced that they would train Jesse Neal at their school, and they would join forces with Rhino, where all three of them would be Neal's trainer, which kind of didn't make sense because Rhino just beat the living piss out of Neal, but we'll let it slide. And it's not like he had already been training at the Team 3D Academy for 2 years, but again, we'll let it slide. Neal would take a few months off to train and would return in November with a whole new look as a heel. However, this new look clearly wasn't doing much for him as he was still losing. In his return match, it took place in December, with him losing to D'Angelo Dinero. However, the next week, Jesse Neal would get his first win when he pinned Hernandez in a 4-on-3 handicap match, and he was in the team of 4. Great. He would have his first pay-per-view match at Final Resolution, where him, Team 3D, and Rhino were defeated by Matt Morgan, Hernandez, Suicide, and D'Angelo Dinero. So, heading into the new year, Jesse Neal was pretty much a big loser, and his angle with Team 3D was nixed, as Hogan wanted Team 3D to feud with the Nasty Boys. What an unbelievable sentence. However, on the February 25th edition of Impact, Jesse Neal turned back face and realigned himself with Team 3D once again, because this stable did so well the first time. Let's see how well it goes. On the April 25th edition of Impact, Jesse Neal, with Team 3D's blessings, teamed with Matt Morgan to defend his tag titles against Team 3D. However, in this match, the band attacked Team 3D and Matt Morgan turned on Jesse Neal, and Jesse Neal looked really stupid in this because this was during a storyline where Morgan would have a new partner every week that he would always turn on. Shannon Moore would come out to save Jesse Neal, and the two of them, Jesse Neal and Shannon Moore, would form a brand new tag team, Inc. Oh god. Inc. started out successfully. The pair won their first match together on May 3rd, and then the next week won a 4-way number 1 contenders match for the tag titles after Neal pinned his mentor, Brother Ray, and at Sacrifice, Inc. challenged the band for the tag titles and lost after Brother Ray turned on Neal. Ah shoot, here we go again. Neal and Brother Ray would begin feuding, and at Slammiversary, a singles match between the two was scheduled. At the start of the match though, Brother Ray acted like all was forgiven, and him, Jesse and Devon all hugged it out and exited the ring as if nothing was going to happen. But then Ray turned on him again and a match would take place, making Jesse Neal look really dumb again. However, Neal would actually win the match after Tommy Dreamer distracted Brother Ray. What on earth is happening here? Following this, Inc. would go on a bit of a roll, making it to the finals of a tournament for the now vacant tag titles, but of course losing to Beer Money. At Victory Road, Neal was defeated by Brother Ray in a triple threat match, also involving Brother Devon. God, this storyline sucked, please just end it. And they did basically, because following this, Jesse Neal basically became a full-time tag wrestler with Inc. And let me tell you, the amount of title matches they had and the amount of title matches they lost over the next year is insane. These guys did not win the tag belts once. Spoiler alert, but let's just talk about this. Oh my god. Well, first of all, Inc. would make it to the finals of yet another number 1 contenders tournament where they lost. At Bound for Glory, they would get their first team pay-per-view win, defeating Orlando and Eric Young. So good stuff there, but from here, they would just lose. They lost to Motor City Machine Guns for the tag titles on an Impact episode. They lost a number 1 contenders match to Beer Money at Final Resolution. I mean, basically the story of Inc. was they would lose number 1 contenders matches all the time, but somehow still manage to get title shots, and then they'd lose the title shots. Like, that's how it worked for Inc. On the March 3rd, 2011 Impact, Inc. just asked for a title shot against Beer Money at Victory Road 2011, and they just got it. Why are they being allowed? They've lost so many times. And at Victory Road 2011, one of the worst TNA pay-per-views of all time, Inc. were defeated by Beer Money in one of the worst matches on the show, which really says a lot, because this pay-per-view sucked. However, Inc. would actually win a number 1 contenders match at next month's Lockdown when they defeated the British Invasion, Eric Young and Orlando Jordan, and Crimson and Scott Steiner, so maybe everything's finally turning around for them. However, at Sacrifice 2011, Inc. faced Mexican America and Neal got a neck injury, putting him out for 4 months, so that tag title match wasn't going to be happening anytime soon. Jesse Neal would make his return in September, attacking Mexican America, who are now tag champions, and on the October 13th Impact, Christina Von Eerie, known as Toxin in TNA, who is Jesse Neal's girlfriend, debuted and aligned herself with Inc. So Inc. is expanding, and they're finally going to get their tag title shots at the Bound for Glory pre-show, where they lost to Mexican America. And then at Turning Point the next month, they had a main card match for the tag titles, now a 6-person match with Christina Von Eerie in their team and Sarita in the other team, where you can guess they lost yet again. Of course they did. On December 15th, Jesse Neal made his final ever appearance for TNA when he was DDT'd onto concrete by Gunner. Toxin would leave with him, and Inc. was effectively over, and Shannon Moore himself left about 5 months later. And yeah, that was it for Jesse Neal in TNA. Since leaving TNA, Jesse Neal went to work at Walmart, where he has openly stated he was making more money working there than he ever did at TNA. Poor guy, man, poor guy. Like I said, this video isn't really a criticism on Jesse Neal, it's more of a criticism on TNA. Like, my main issue with him was because he was a babyface most of his career, how will they expect him to connect with the fans when he just loses all the time? He's a loser. Why do you expect me to cheer a loser? When I was 9 years old, when I was 9, I watched the first season of NXT. You know, when NXT was a game show, and that was when Daniel Bryan was in it. Daniel Bryan was a babyface, but I didn't like him in NXT when I was 9 because he lost every match. As like a casual fan who like doesn't know it's, you know, fake or whatever, or a work even, like, I didn't like Daniel Bryan because he lost all the time, and how were I supposed to cheer on a loser? And I feel like Jesse Neal was kind of the same as that. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I've got an announcement to make. Yeah, a new announcement. So basically, I really want to upload more. What did I just say? I want to upload more. I was going to say something there, but I forgot what I was going to say. I just want to upload more videos, so I'm going to try out a brand new upload schedule of uploading every other day. So I'll upload one day, the next day I don't, then the next day I do. I'm going to try it out, see how long it lasts. This isn't an official thing, so if I don't do it from like a week from now, then you probably know why. Oh, I just burped, Jesus. But you'll know why. I'm just trying it out because I feel as though I haven't uploaded enough during this lockdown phase, and also because I need financial support, basically. That's another reason. I'll be completely transparent with you. That's another reason why I'm doing this. But thanks for watching this video, guys. If you did enjoy, smack the like button. Let me know in the comments below who your least favorite TNA wrestler is. I'll see you all soon. Follow me on Twitter at Thompson Wrestling. My Instagram is at @I'mTomBell. Check me out on Patreon for exclusive perks and content. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.